And we're back here at the featured table. Robert K takes a big sigh of relief. He just moved in with kings on an ace-high board, but straight into the action. Paul Spiss now moves in. Jack 9 of diamonds, Ron.
I don't mind this play. I mean, Paul's very short stacked. As you can see, it's costing 24,000 a rotation. And now he's moved in for about 80,000 or so. So, you know, he only had really 3 rotations, Dave. So an M of 3, you know. First into the pot, I like the play.
No problem. As long as you pull the trigger first, I have no problem.
I like the play. And also it's the kind of hand that even if you do get called by an ace-king or ace-queen, you've got some chances.
Wessel Jacobs goes over the top with kings. He isolates Paul Spiss, and this, Ryan, could be the end of Mr. Spiss. Spiss got caught out by Johnstone slow playing aces on a queen-high board. Spiss had ace-queen. He did a bunch of his chips to Johnstone in that hand, and now he's moved in trying to make a play with Jack 9, and unfortunately he's found Jacobs in one of the later spots with the second nuts pre-flop. But Spiss, he's got a live hand. He's got to pick up a massive draw here.
Yeah, he needs to pick up a straight, a flush draw, or maybe at least flop a pair to give himself a chance. Flop 3, 10, queen, so he's picked up the up and down straight draw. Now, one of the problems is that Jacobs has 2 of his kings, so it's going to be hard for him to catch the king high straight, but he's got the 4 9s, the 2 kings.
Now, that's a great card for Jacobs. It locks up the heart outs because Jacobs can make the king high flush, so no longer any 8 of hearts can't make the straight anymore. He needs one of the other 8s or one of the remaining kings. It's the 8 of diamonds! Wow! 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 Wow!
There you go, Dave. Just goes to show if you're a nice guy, if you manage to be sportsmanlike, maybe sometimes you'll get a bit of luck.
Well, there you go. Spiss makes a play with Jack 9 and pretty much makes the nuts straight in the river to knock out Jacobs' kings. Wow. For once, Jacobs actually comes with a very solid hand, and this time I think he thought maybe something worse that would probably do better for him.
Yeah, kings are obviously in that situation in such good shape, and to not win the hand, he's obviously going to be feeling a little bit sick. But now, action in this hand. Minnaar up to 40,000 with a pair of 10s.
Look at Shuffle's body language, right? He looks so relaxed. He looks like he's the chief at the table. I love the way he's composed the table. He looks like he's controlling it. Every time a guy raises, he considers maybe popping him back and putting a bit of pressure on him. His composure and his table demeanor is unbelievable. I really like it. He doesn't look like he's under pressure from the situation. I think if I was there, I'd be sweating bullets right now. Alright, and now he makes the call in position with ace-queen. Okay. Decided not to put a bit of pressure back on him. Maybe he thought the guy would move back on him for all his chips. He doesn't want to get involved in the race for all his chips. So let me see a flop and see if I can catch a piece or maybe outplay the man. But behind him, Du Plessis is considering something.
And not a lot of chips to consider with. This could be a good time. If he has a real hand, a good time to get it all in.
It's amazing how when players consider that last move all in, they stare at those chips, right? They're still longing at them like they know this is their life. This is the moment that it might come down to this particular hand, that they see the exit door. And it's always a terrible feeling, no matter if you the first or the last out. It's the worst feeling to put your money in across the line and hope that you can do well.
Yeah, and sometimes you just know in your heart that it's the right play, the right move to get all your chips in at this point. And he does.
There he is, the single grab for all the chips. He moves it in with AK. Well, not a bad spot, but Johnstone's killed one of his outs.
40 with an extra 19.
So it's only an extra 19,000.
Well, that's going to be snap call by both parties, I imagine.
Yeah.
59 to Benny.
Well, he was terribly short stacked with the blind levels of 5,000, 10,000. He's managed to get himself down to a 50 odd, which is very, very short stacked. It's a situation where you really haven't got a choice with any premium hand. He does have a premium hand. He's got AK. But I think both parties, Minnaar and Johnstone, are going to make the call here.
19.
Minnaar's just called now to Johnstone.
Now, the min raise.
Yeah, speaking of that, Dave, here comes Johnstone. He's asking. Now the rule is different in certain tournaments, but the raise was 30,000, so the re-raise is another 19, so it is more than half of the original raise, and apparently they have given him the option to re-raise. So now Johnstone has taken the opportunity, the ruling that he's gotten.
40 moves only for 59. That's what I asked. That's why I asked. I asked, am I allowed to raise?
Alright, so you've heard what the tournament director Sandy said. He said that the first caller can't reopen the bet if it's a min raise, but the second caller can go over the top. This ruling's a bit strange to me, right? I'll be honest with you. I thought if it's a min raise, it can't be re-raised by any of the parties behind, and it stands for all callers behind. But the tournament director has said because it's the second caller, he can isolate, and now Minnaar's tossed a lot of chips into this pot, and he's not even going to look at a flop.
Well, yeah, David, I know that in certain places, if the all-in players raise more than half of the original bet, then the pot is still open.
Yes, he would have made it.
But it should be open to everybody. That's my thought.
Well, now Shuffle decided to go back over the top, but he's now left himself in a precarious situation because he's dominated by the ace-king. The board, Jack, 7-4.
So no help. Du Plessis way out in front. Turn 5. Now Johnstone.
Johnstone, a queen and a queen only to knock out Du Plessis. It is a queen on the river. Wow, how are you running, Shuffle?
So what an unlucky beat there for Du Plessis. Managed to get his money in, completely dominating his opponent. And next thing you know, he's out of the tournament.
And to the chip count we go. This is the chip count of the tournament. Andre Johnstone, you just saw knock out Du Plessis at 520. Evan van Niekerk, the newcomer, on at 500,000.
Yeah, and on our feature table, as you can see, Johnstone there, remember, he was all in for about 130,000, so he's made it a great move to get to 521, and Robert K's right up there after his double up with 306. So now, blinds are up, Dave, 7 and 14,000. Still 1,000 ante.
Wow. Right, so straight into all-in action here, Ryan, after the break. Spies queens, Lingenfelter's tens. Spies in a great spot. We saw Spies a minute ago on his back for his life. Now he's got Lingenfelter in the same spot, and he's in a lovely spot. 146,000 chips if Spies manages to hold on here.
Well, Spies obviously got himself a bit short again. Mind you, it's Lingenfelter who was all in, so Spies now can build his stack to well over 200,000.
Well, he's still got a lot of change to run from this pot, so
that's what I'm saying. If he manages to win this pot, he'll be well over 200,000. From that lucky straight he made, it could be quite a comeback.
Well, yeah, that 8 on the river was a lovely card for Spies. The flop is even better. It's 9 deuce 9. Spies' queens are lovely now. He's now 92 to 8% favorite. Lingenfelter dead to a 10. The turn is the 8. That doesn't help Lingenfelter whatsoever. Now a 10 and a 10 only on the river. Oh, this will be the end of Benny, Elvis Presley, Lingenfelter. It is the end of him. The 7 will not help Lingenfelter to survive. He will be out. He's just missed the money. This is kind of the spot where you hate going out. These last 3 or 4 spots before the cash, it's pretty much the bubble the whole way. And it was a great performance by the man. He's played very, very well, and Spies has got the last of his chips.
Well, there you go. Benny Lingenfelter out in 14th place. We're just 3 exits away from our final table.